The carpenter works from dawn until dusk. Rising with the golden light, he carves until the air is cedar, mahogany, Brazilian walnut, and pine. Each breath is thick with the smell of resin. The carpenter uses these tiny specks of magic to reflect light all around him. At the center of his workshop, he keeps a birdcage. The carpenter has a pet sparrow. At night, he lets the sparrow out to dance with its lover, the moon. When it returns, it always brings with it a golden marble sun. The carpenter has 13 jars of golden marbles. He drinks amber whiskey mixed with the sawdust magic specks of air. By now, he is part tree. His roots go as deep as his leather work boots. He gets his energy from the morning chill. He lives near a forest. At night, before going to sleep, he recites prayers to the trees. He has named every one of them after a different family member, friend, and God, and he is waiting to put his faith in the last one standing. On the good days, the carpenter walks in the tree-trunk cathedral that has assembled itself around his home. This monk of wood and bone, this tree man, feels like the tallest hill, 2 inches away from being a mountain, but the carpenter knows that his soul is still growing. These are the good days and the best days when he can work to the music of birds, carving living things from the dead. Like a fisherman, he pulls his labors out of an ocean of dust, breathes into it the breath of life given to craftsmen, and sets it on a table like a newborn baby. At night, the carpenter thanks every tree for his calloused hands. He wonders if any of them can hear. We all wanted to be the carpenter. All wanted to pull life out of the dead things every morning, so we went searching. We, poets and writers, went searching for a voice sharp enough to cut through all thought, and on a good day we pulled from a dictionary of diction the perfect expressions of our innermost souls. On the good days, we simply walked with our gods rather than waiting for them to fall, accepting their existence rather than trying to cut them down. These were the good days and the best days, the days when we could raise our prayers up like open hands to a father, but we all had our bad days. The days when open hands became clenched fists, shaking in defiance, I want to hear you, Father. The days when we turned our eloquence into hatchets and knives to cut down, cut out the roots of our faith, I want to hear you, Father. The days when we tore apart every word because it was getting too hard to breathe with all the deforestation. Can you hear me, Father? Sometimes our gods answered. Other times they spoke in the silence, we monks of ink and bone shards waiting to explode. Sometimes the silence was all that we could comprehend. We, soldiers of the spoken word, aimed our questions like rifles, spoke our magazines empty, punctuated our bullets into God's chest because we knew that he could take it. And when the wars were done, we raised our cracked lips up to every bullet hole, kissed them healed for every injury. We had a simile to rebuild it again. We wrapped our metaphors like bandages. We were carpenters of our image of God, stripping back everything until we were left with his face. We are still carving.